Hi everyone. It's time for today's video based on New York Times connection game. It's basically a game where you create four groups of four words from 16 given words. You have seen the thumbnail, so you know what the first group we are discussing is. Watch to the end of this video, and I will also tell you the other three groups of four words, what each word means, and what they have in common. So the following words are all person in charge. So the first word is chair. I've talked about this before. Chair, in its simplest form is, of course, is the thing I'm sitting on, right? I've done videos on this, like a swivel chair, the chair that swivels, as in turns around. Like I'm sitting on a swivel chair. Usually at the computer desk, you're sitting at a swivel chair. And then you can have a rocking chair going back and forth. So that's the chair, the noun chair that you sit on, right? But also you can be, who's the chair of the committee? And then chair there is who's the head, who's the person in charge, who's the principal. Okay, so that's chair. And so chair is usually where you sit, but also it can be the head of something. But then to chair specifically means who's chairing this initiative, as in who's heading it, who's leading it, who's the boss, basically, chair, person in charge. Next, person in charge, another word for it is chief, right? Now, chief can be, it's basically a noun and can be an adjective. So, but the chief reason I am suspecting this is because you didn't pay rent last month, right? Chief, main. So chief, what is the chief product that California exports? Chief, main, principal. But then it's also person in charge. I'm the chief of police, right? So I'm like the chief. What's up, chief? As in chief of department, chief of company, chief of police, chief of a place. The next word for person in charge is director. So, director is the person who directs. Now, director, we also use that for movies, and it can also be a director or director based on how you pronounce it. Could be director or could be director, and, is whoever leads things, who is in charge. Now, the thing is, director, of course, comes from direct or direct. Another thing is that OR in English, like director, editor, those are the places that some sort of a person who becomes a subject of something, right? So director, the person who directs; editor, the person who edits; executor, the person who executes. But then at the same time, we have right? So, but it's not director, it's director, right? And it's not editor, it's editor. So, but it's pronounced editor, director. But then you have, worker, and worker is worker, or you have, many things. Writer, as in somebody who writes, or rider, somebody who rides, driver. So what does direct mean? Direct has many meanings. Direct means it's an adjective. Direct as opposed to direct. I'm talking to you directly. Indirectly, I wouldn't be talking to you. I would be talking to you, somebody to you, indirectly. So that's direct. And then we have direction. And so direct gets really complex. Like it's as, I'm telling you directly, like I'm telling you, to you, to your face. Go direct, which is like, don't move, don't go left, don't go right, go direct. And then that's where the word direction comes from, where instructions, right? And directly, directive, which means that, instructions, set up instructions. And then, so to direct, which is to send somebody towards something. So then, then let's go to last one. Person in charge is head. Head, head. This is my head. Right, so it's in the simplest form is this thing on top of your body is your head, but we have the verb head also on the noun head. So the noun head is person in charge. Who's the head of the education department? Who's the head of this, initiative? Who's the head of the marketing department? Head, director, leader, person in charge. But then who's heading this project? So becomes a verb, right? Who's the head? Who's heading? Who's heading this initiative? So that's heading, as in becoming the principal member. But then to be heading towards, I'm headed to you right now, headed to you. That means that I'm in your direction. I'm coming to you. And then head on means to, like, there was an accident head on that they just hit each other, that just directly hit each other. And then to head something means to head to something means to, I'm headed towards you. And then, you can have say, go ahead or heading that way, right? Like your pizza delivery guy is heading your way. Hey there, friend. Nice to meet you. I am Hamid. Sorry for the interruption. If you are enjoying this video and are looking to take your English fluency and vocabulary to the next level, I've got something special for you. I offer personalized one-on-one coaching sessions tailored to your unique goals and interests. Whether you're focusing on grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, or all around communication skills, I'm here to help you master English in a way that's fun and effective. Ready to elevate your English? Click on the link in the description below to book your session with me today. Let's embark on this journey to English mastery together. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more tips and tricks on mastering English. The next set of words are grassy area. Field is a grassy area. Field, of course, means, where the farm is or where the green grasses are, that's a field. And, where you have sheep in it or cows in it, that's a field. Now, field also can mean, this is not my field of study, field. Or, in physics, quantum physics, we have, this is unified field theory. And then, so it could be, welcome to my field, as in, it could be even your field of your energy, or I can feel disturbance in the field and feel this kind of field around us. So it's usually environment or a place in the farm. And then field as a verb is kind of like a little complex. I'm going to field these questions. I'm going to handle these questions usually comes. That's the verb that I know of, field. Okay, the next one for grassy area is green. Of course, green, greens is the thing you eat, like, celery maybe. I don't know if celery is greens, but like parsley is greens or kale is greens. So green, green means grassy area. That's that green area there. And now, of course, we're using green for like reusable technology. But then green is also used for raw and inexperienced and naive, right? Like, he's still green, man. Give him a break. He's a teenager, as in he doesn't know anything, right? So to be green, that means to be kind of immature or inexperienced. And then we have things like green light. That means that go, like you got the green light, as in you got the approval to go. And then there's even a verb for green lit. Somebody green lit this project, means somebody said, go ahead with it, right? The next one for grassy area is grounds, and grounds, ground is a plural of ground, but we usually use it grounds for an area. But then grounds, ground in its simplest form means like earth, or, can you lie down on the ground, and lie down on the ground. And then ground also is actually the past tense, the past principle of grind, ground. So ground to a halt, right? Like the traffic jam ground to a halt, as in it just was really congested. But then grounds, it's another thing, is like, I am gonna sue you. You got no grounds for that, as in you have no basis. So grounds can mean basis, legal basis. On what grounds are you charging me? Like, what is your basis? What is your motivation? So the next one for our grassy area is lawn. Now, lawn doesn't really have many meanings. Lawn is, usually the grassy field in front of your house. So that's a lawn. And you can mow the lawn, right? Lawn mower, you mow the lawn. So the next one is words before not. So these are words that come with not. The first one is chestnut. Chestnut, as you know, is a type of a nut. Now, chest is an interesting word because it's got so many meanings, right? It's usually a noun, it's not a verb. But what does chest mean? Chest, the treasure chest, right? Where you have all the treasure. It's a chest. Chest of drawers. Like when, you have a wall unit in your home or you have a set of drawers, that's a chest of drawers. That's my chest. Or it could be breasts or chest. This is the chest area. So chest could be a treasure box, or could be this area, or things like that. And chestnut, of course. Then the coconut is another word before nut. Is cocoa. Coconut is the brown thing that you eat, and you can drink the coconut oil. Coconut milk, and do massage with coconut oil. Yeah, so cocoa on its own doesn't really have any other meaning. Coconut is, basically food. Hazelnut. Hazelnut is another type of nut. Hazel means kind of a color, golden yellow color. So she's got hazel eyes, as in her eyes are kind of golden. And then peanut. And, peanut is, peanut, usually we don't use that way, but peanut is the thing that, you eat. Now, PEA is a type of legume, I think. Yeah, so we have beans and we have peas and green peas. But peanut, is a type of nut. And I may have said this to you, but peanuts plural means nothing. This job gives me peanuts, as in there's nothing. Okay, so these are second words in Tarantino. I don't know. Weird. Brown, I don't know, maybe something brown, I don't know. Brown means use color, it doesn't have a lot of meanings. It's just the color brown. Dogs, I think it's Reservoir Dogs is the name of it. Dogs, of course, is the plural of dog. Nothing to speak there. Fiction, as Pulp Fiction. Now, fiction means not true. Fiction means a story. Fiction means, something which is not based on facts. Now, the adjective for that is fictitious, right? But also could be fictional. And then finally, unchained. I think that's Django Unchained or something. Django Unchained. And unchained is, comes from chain. And, unchained as in somebody who's not chained, somebody who's not slave, somebody who's been freed as a slave. Unchained, because chained was when this person was a slave, if you will, now is on and kind of like released. Unchained basically means release. It comes from chain, the metal thing with all these links, that's a chain, but you can also be chain smoking. Okay, I hope you learned something. I hope you come back tomorrow.